You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
Warning: adult topics and content. You must be legal age of majority in your location to view. We are an educational, informative talk show, and our hosts may express their opinions passionately using explicit language. No offense is intended. Take a break and tune in for some great cannabis and psychedelic chit-chat. Learn what's going on in the cannabis industry, find out what's new on the review, and enjoy a laugh or two. Join us for today's Tokin Talk here on the Pace Radio Network with Reverend Cindy and Irene.
Hello, hello, hello. What a day. Pardon me. I've got water going, so if I sound sniffly, water, cold, sniffly, eyes reddened, probably by the excess cannabis consumption as well. As you can see, I moved the office recently. And as we all know, every time I move something or unpack something or find an old box or an old trunk, I always find a little stash of weed or some such thing. Well, this time I found a sealed mason jar that had just a little bud of all these different strains that I've had. And I remember putting this jar together. There's about 30 different strains in there, from blueberry to Afghani Kush. Like, it's just whole bunches of little strains here and there. So I got into that earlier, and I think it was the Frisian duck. I don't know if you've ever tried it. Frisian duck is a very good strain. And it's a very unique growing strain. You know how most strains have like 5 or 7 or even 11 leaflet fingerlings, right? The Frisian duck only has 3 that are really prominent, and they're webbed. So it doesn't even really look like a normal cannabis. Yep. And the high is very, very unique. Very, it's a great little buzz. It's like it's cool. Check it out.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just grabbing something to roll after this joint is gone. I'm smoking. What am I smoking? I'm smoking Baba Gum.
Baba Gum. Oh, yes. You picked this up in Montreal, correct?
I did. Yeah, it's really good. It's like superb.
You like it?
It is, but I'm gonna roll up some pink kush that didn't come from Montreal. This is actually a $20 ounce that came from one of the indigenous stores here in Nova Scotia.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very nice. Very cool. Okay, that sounds great. So that's pink kush. I have already pre-wrapped tonight, and I got the full black filter tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, I love that. I'm going to be sparking that up in a couple of minutes. And that's a mixture of Girl Scout cookies and whatever was left over of Frisian duck. Because there's crumbles in the tray. Not enough to roll a joint, but not too much to throw away, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I usually put all of my crumbs from each joint into a little jar.
Yes.
And when the little jar is full, I roll a couple joints and then put the crumbs back in here. Yeah, you have the ultimate salad.
That my brother does that, and that's what we call it. Is Jimmy salad. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I use it in my vaporizer.
Oh, so that's a good way to use it. Yeah.
Yeah. Same because for the weed that I'm keeping for myself that I grow, like not the stuff I'm giving away and stuff like that, or the stuff I'm trading, but just the stuff that I'm putting on my own shelf. I don't worry so much about the really tender sugar leaves and stuff, because there's something ceremonial to rolling the joint. I will sit and pick through it and put all that sugar leaf and a little stalk into a little pile. And then that goes into my vaporizer jar, right? This is the jar that I'm going to put on the volcano. And that way I'm going to get I'm going to get everything from it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do it through the volcano. And there's something ceremonial about putting together those, just picking it apart. It's a meditative moment. That's what it is. Yeah. Speaking of meditative moments, I've got a couple of nail designs, unique designs coming up, custom sets to do in the very near future. So that's what I was working on just before it was time to start. And I went to get a sweater because my hands are just frozen.
Oh.
And I've been dealing with neuropathy for the last couple of days, really, where it's
That sucks.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just the reality of life, unfortunately, because I have all of the tools, I have the skills, and I have the support aids. I mean, I soaked my feet in the cannabis infused bath salts a couple of times today. I did a hand bath in the same way, like, with the vibration and stuff. And then I coat them in the cannabis infused coconut oil. So they're really getting that. And I do the stimulation to get the blood flowing, that sort of thing. I get the proper vitamin D, calcium, magnesium, blah, blah, yada, yada, yank, yank, and voo, voo, pa, pa, right? I get it all. But, no matter what you do, sometimes it's just there because there's physical damage that's done, right? I mean, if you've had a leg amputated, you're not going to get another one. Like, not in this lifetime. You're not going to have another leg to deal. Do you know what I mean? And if you break those nerve endings, they're gone, and you're going to deal with the consequences. It's a reality of living. And so that being said, I've done all the right things and smoked all the right weeds and rubbed all the right lotions and, made all the, and did the whole zoning out windscaping that I do. And this is where I'll go in and I find where the tension is in my body. And it's kind of like a cartoon scape where you go through all the banners and the colors to get places. And when you get there, you just kind of, I don't know, I look at the pain in my toes as going, wow, you guys are making a ruckus. What's going on in here? And turn the volume down. But I stay in a zone state.
Yeah. Hey, Mike.
Hello.
Hello, Carolyn.
Yeah. So we got what was I going to say? Oh, I hope everybody out there is voting. You can vote every day for the, hey, Johnny, how you doing? Hey, Mike. Hey, Caroline. Hello. So, yes, I guess all the voting over at Can Expo is still happening, right? We're only part way through the month. Yep. So get in there and get on that. We've got a surprise giveaway tonight, which we'll do in the normal process that we typically do it. You look like you're having trouble keeping that one lit.
No, it's done. I always let them go out. I don't smoke that fast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I find with these extra large ones, I light it 3, 4, sometimes 5, 6 times. Same. But I like my joints I got the small ones, just the little pinners for a couple of hits, and then I'm good to go. I got my regular size zigzag ones. They're kind of for the in-between stuff where you want a little bit more than a hitter, but you don't need a whole joint. Then I got my regular blunts that I wrap. And then I got the big one for the show. Yay. Right? Do you ever pre-roll for the day?
Sometimes. Yeah. If I've got something going on, then yeah, I will. Like when I come to Ontario, and like the night of the 9th before like the 10th comes along, I will pre-roll a bunch for the morning, right?
Right.
Because at least I assume that my facilitator is going to allow cannabis while during ceremony. I only assume this because I know 2 other facilitators that, they encourage people to roll joints for ceremony. So right. I'm going on that assumption. I haven't asked that question yet of her, so I'll have to find out.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, if I'm doing something like that, like when I will, if I'm heading out somewhere where I don't want to have to take time to roll joints, I will pre-roll for the day, or I'll get my lazy ass to a dispensary and buy pre-rolls for the day.
I tend to do that. And actually, when I know I'm going up to the reserve or what have you, I'll roll like one or two, throw them in the glove box for the emergency, flash spasm, that sort of thing. But otherwise, I wait till I get to the reserve and then I load up on pre-rolls, throw them in the trunk and head for home. And that's kind of my go-to for the next couple of weeks. Because, there is something to be said for sitting down and rolling a joint, but there's also something to be even more to be said for reaching into a can and having one pre-wrapped.
Yep.
So I was telling you I got those custom nail sets that I'm working on. I don't know if you ever saw this one. This was a little cartoon set that I had done a little while back. And I did some more even similar, like for,
Oh, those are amazing. What did you think of the design that I sent you? Do you think that's doable?
Yes, it's going to take a few hours. And here's what I'm going to tell you to do, because it is one of the designs that it's the one that I was working on earlier today, as you can see. So, no, that's the picture you sent me. It's just blown up. I've actually got them set up here that with my colors and stuff, I'm in the middle of doing them when it was showtime. So I was just getting, I
sent Irene. I'm booked in with Irene, so I sent her my nail idea.
Yes, and it's gorgeous. I mean, I can show that picture again. But it is one of the custom sets that I'm practicing, because I'd like to be able to get it done in more than or in less than several hours. Do you know what I mean? And if I've got the pre-knack for it, then I can do it with these. Now, that being said, another thing that'll help speed that up is if you already have them done with just a top coat on. So have them already made. If you're going to
I won't be able to do that because I don't have the ability to get a hold of acrylic.
Oh, okay. But you do handle acrylic, right? You're not allergic or anything.
No, that's what they are.
Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah. I can do that. Okay.
Because
as long as I've got a really good base to start with and I don't have to build out, we can get it done a lot quicker, right?
Yeah, because I'm not a nail lady. I just go every 4 weeks and I have the professionals take off the old stuff, fill them again, and put on new stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I've tried. I'm not good at it. They're actually kind of funny.
It takes a special touch, and doing your own really requires a knack that, I've been doing nails and putting up with nails for, most of my life, since my 20s, right? But still doing your own, these are my own, I built, and that's my good hand. That's my right hand. Fortunately, I'm ambidextrous. Being ambidextrous, I can still do, a nice build. It's got a nice, they're a nice shape and all that sort of thing. But it takes me almost 5 hours to do my own nails.
Yeah.
So, I get it if you have challenges with it. But yeah, so I'm working on your sets. One of the let me just pull that up actually.
See, because mine have a good shape. They just will be grown out by the time I get to you.
Right, and a fill's not that big of a deal. So this is the set, everybody. I don't know how well you can see it. I'll blow it up in a minute. But this is the set Cindy sent me. Now let me blow up one of those nails so you can see what we're working with.
Come to the Pace Radio Network and learn about acrylic nails.
Right. So that's the nail that I'm going to be building out on Cindy. Painting out on Cindy. And so, I'm practicing. So my mushrooms today looked a little blobby, and one of them looked like a little gnome. I thought he was really quite cute. Gave me a Christmas idea. And then I went off on this little pattern of doing the little posies, the little flowers, and I put a little gnome with little flowers on one nail. So I thought, okay, that's cool. We're going somewhere with this. So by the time you get here, I should have I should be able to paint your nails up, no problem. give
Well,
you
the stuff that you just showed us that you did, those cartoony set, I mean, that was beautiful. You've got a lot of talent.
Oh, well, thank you. You know what? This is very good time for me. It's very, I love doing the artistic artwork. And pardon me.
Bless you.
Well, dust. Yeah. I know I really enjoy doing them. There's a lot to be said for artwork and meditation. I find doing arts and crafts and that sort of thing is very meditative, and it's very good for our minds to break away sometimes. I spend so much time working with different people with different challenges in different ways, as well as studying about this condition, that condition, how cannabis helps this way, how cannabis helps that way, how that my brain is always going.
Yeah,
it's nice for me to zone out, get back in touch with the real world, like the people out there in the real world, to sit, do someone's nails, hear about this or that or the other thing. And because I'm mobile, I go, I reach a different audience because they're not looking for a salon. Yeah. I go into their home, and when it's kind of a hangout session for about 3.5 hours. So depending on what they're getting done, I mean, if you're getting something really fancy done, it could take longer, right? Depending on the detail.
There. I have mine rolled. I have butterflies tonight.
Oh, very cool. You know what? I almost picked the butterflies, and I thought, I think I'm going to go with something dark. And I found it would complement, and I thought the dark one would complement because I did a silver cannabis nail today.
Oh, super cute.
And we are almost at 4:20 on the West Coast. So you must be getting excited about that trip too. Like, you're coming to Ontario in March. You're off to BC in April.
In April to speak, yeah.
So exciting.
Yeah, and of course in Ontario, I'm coming up to do a sacred medicine, frog medicine. And when I go out to BC, even though the main objective is to speak, I'm going to take advantage of being out there and do a guided mushroom trip and some 5-MeO DMT.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Exciting.
Very cool. Yeah. All right. We are almost at 4:20.
Oh, we get to light our joints in a minute and a half. Everybody prepare.
Yeah, I'm getting all anxious to light it. Normally I have one lit at the start of the show. I just didn't. I'm doing nails.
Doing nails. No, I haven't found Jilly Bean yet, Mike, but I did find 2 places to reach out to. So I might actually have a chance at finding them for my friend. Fingers crossed.
Very cool. Very cool.
I always have people reach out to me and look for obscure things. Apparently, Jilly Bean is it's a very obscure strain, but I'm set on finding it, so I'll find it.
There are just an insane number of strains. Like, I can't remember what it was we picked up from the dispensary the other day. It was something. I don't know. I'm making this up. Honeydew, musky bait, fish trapping, lobster. Already. But you could tell it was like a hybrid of a hybrid of a hybrid, and they just didn't know how to name it, but it had a good THC level and, a nice terpene profile. So get this to market. But holy mother naming, I thought they...
I've been going through the old Karma Cup samples and making infused joints. And we did this one concoction. I took a picture of the numbers, but it was some sort of lemony cannabis and divorce cake shatter or something. So it was lemon divorce cake, but oh my god, it was the best freaking infused joint I have ever had.
Very cool.
It was delicious.
Very cool. Yeah, it's funny you would say that. I just did the same thing with some of the sativa hash. And I forget I think it came in third place as one of the, there you go.
Happy 420.
Happy 420 West Coast.
Yes. So and speaking of competitions, I learned some stuff about the legal Karma Cup, the legal rec. No. Yes. The rec Karma Cup. I had to think about how it's going. It was one of those things where you had to get invited to a private party and a certain amount of judges. So it is currently being judged, and then the winners apparently are being released in a kit in the OCS, from what I can understand. Let me go and read the post and share information.
Well, thank you for sharing the information.
We were judging all of these submissions. The winners will be sold in a blind Karma Cup sample pack at the OCS, so the public can have an opportunity to participate in the judging too. So whoever comes in top, because they're only allowed to sell up to 30 grams or the equivalent in like all together in one package, right? So I guess they have to bring it down to that. And that's what we get to try, is my guess.
Huh. Well,
Yeah,
unfortunately, what this means for someone such as myself is we're no longer in Kansas. I don't know. That's Christmas gone for me. You know, that's like, is there going to be an event?
Well, I mean, this is only the rec Karma Cup. This isn't our Karma Cup.
Oh, I see. Okay.
This is the rec Karma Cup. Yeah.
So not related.
No. It's you know how she was gonna she announced that she was going to incorporate the rec world into the medicinal Karma Cup. Somehow she was going to do another one. We talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Well, this is what she's doing. Because there's so many submissions, I guess, and they can only have a kit of up to 30 grams that they can sell in the OCS, they have to narrow down the submissions. So they've invited people to, and if I had known and been in Ontario, I mean, like I would have found out how to go too. But I have a friend that actually went. Mimi Cannabis went, and she posted about it, and yeah, so it's pretty awesome. But we still get to see who won in the kit.
Very cool.
But then, of course, in April we get to order our kits for September or August, which is awesome.
And these kits will be like they've been historically?
Well, like that. That's what I am led to believe. They're still the medicinal kits. So there's still the regular Karma Cup as we know it. And then she's added this legal rec competition.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is just awesome, right? So, but this is the first time she's done the rec competition. So we're just learning how she's doing it. And like I said, I saw Mimi post about it on Instagram. And, you know, I asked a couple of questions on the post to find out, hey, what's up? Like, what are you judging? And to find out that it was the rec Karma Cup.
Right. Huh.
Yeah. So not the one that we know, but yeah.
Interesting.
It'll be interesting to see how it turns out, because, you know, I'm kind of hoping some of the tweeds of the industry, I hope they've entered, and I hope we've had a lot of craft people enter, and I hope that we have all craft people in the final product. You know what I'm saying?
It is exactly what I'm thinking and hoping for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. To see these micro growers and the craft growers, to see someone like Remo, you know,
I hope he entered.
Yeah.
I really hope he entered. Like, and we don't know. We won't know until the results come out. But like, I mean, I didn't realize it was going down this way. So you know, they have from what I'm understanding by watching it, they have so much time to smoke everything and report back. I believe it's just cannabis this time. I'm not sure.
Okay.
It said 6 categories. So pre-rolls, hybrids, sativas, indicas. That's 4, and I'm not sure what else there might
probably
be.
infused and
yeah, there might be a concentrate one in there and an infused pre-roll. So yeah. I'm really excited to see who entered, to see the results, and to see what people thought, because it's blind. Here's a great chance for us, and a lot of legacy people that I saw pictures of in these in the pictures. So it's going to be really interesting to see how all of these legacy people judge the licensed producers.
Yeah, and here's the I wish I had known about. There's so much to keep track of. Like there's just too much. There's too much all the time, right? Yeah, but it's definitely a kit I would have enjoyed trying for sure. And yeah, I'm curious to see how it comes out. So when is this a kit available?
I have no idea. I don't know. That's I literally read, we all know the same. So she said in her post there a month or so ago that we discussed, she said she was looking to have kits in the stores by spring. And if we go by how we usually judge the medicinal competition, we usually have to have our answers in by a certain time. And then 3 days later, they announce everything. So, but they need time to put kits and stuff together. So they'll probably need a couple of weeks to do all that and get it out. And I don't know when they're going to announce it, because the way that Buddy put it, we all get to be in on the judging. So maybe they're going to give us the top so many of each category, and we have to judge that to see if we agree with what was judged so far. I don't know, but however it is, we will keep an eye on it, and it'll be exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool.
Something new.
Well, it's definitely different. And again, I am a person who uses homegrown, farmer Fred, guy next door, my own backyard, neighbor down the road. I'm for all for grow your own and support your neighbor. But at the same time, I'm also fully comprehend retail market exists, and I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to participate. It's there. Yeah. It's there. It's here. It's not going anywhere. I have to excuse myself. I am going somewhere. I have to go and find an ashtray before I lose this really heavy duty ash. My apologies.
He's got blunts in Ontario now. Yes, he does, Jessica. I actually have a couple being purchased for me sometime this week for me to pick up the Monday before I come home. I'm super excited. But if I can get my hands on a couple more, that would be really cool. And then my friend Steve, who's coming down, he's looking to get a couple for himself as well. So I'm really excited. Al smoked one with a friend of his the other day, and it took them 45 minutes to smoke the thing. That's just crazy. Water. Welcome back.
Oh my God. I forgot the ashtray on the other side.
She went and flicked the joint, and then she came back and sat down.
Okay.
She's been sniffing that acrylic powder, folks.
No, I wear my mask. And thank God I do, because as you tell, I have a very dry throat right now. Because it's, from the acrylic, you just the acrylic and or the gels, it's a very, very fine dust. And if you're not wearing your mask, you will inhale that dust, and it really does fuck with your taste buds. It screws with your breathing ability. Yeah.
The women, the place that I go to get my nails done, they wear a mask when they sit down, and they'll wear a mask right up until they start putting doing the painting of the gel. But to file it down and then put the acrylic on and file it down again, they've got a mask on.
Absolutely, and for good reason. So listen, on that note, we're going to cut to a quick break. I'm going to go freshen up my water. And when we get back, maybe we can talk about how to win and maybe spin the wheel. What do you say?
Sounds good.
All right, everybody, stay tuned. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
When you have a pain that's reached its peak, Legacy for 20, it's so unique. If organic cannabis is what you seek, here's your trusted partner 7 days a week. Suppository salves, vapes and drops, topicals, edibles, infused pop. Just when life seems like it ain't easy, at Legacy 420, enjoy a pop freezy. Lab tested products, make them the GOAT. Legacy 420 out on your road. Legacy 420 in Tyndonega Mohawk territory. Indigenous organic cannabis at its finest.
Let's share PACE everywhere. That way it can help create peace. People everywhere advocating cannabis education.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Did you know that the Pace Radio Network isn't just a radio network? That's right, because most, but not all of our programming is now done via video and is then podcasted at paceradio.net. So if you want to watch, yes, watch our programming, you'll find us on the Pace Radio Network's Facebook page, plus the show's own page, and you'll find us live on the network's YouTube channel. And don't forget, you can find it all, video and audio, at paceradio.net.
Pace Radio is the People Advocating Cannabis Education Radio Network.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.
And we're back.
We're back.
I'm not hacking as much as I was, but man, is my throat ever raw. I think you know what I'm going to make myself tonight? Some blue honey, which is mushroom-infused honey, and lemon tea with some ginger.
Nice.
Yes, yes. I think that is what I'm going to have for bedtime. So what else is new and wonderful in the world out there? What's everybody else smoking on? What are you smoking on tonight? You're smoking.
I am smoking pink kush at the moment.
I am about to relight Girl Scout cookies, mainly with the leftovers of Frisian Doug. What's everybody else smoking? So tonight's prize, I'm going to tell you what it is after. But tonight's prize, the question is going to be, what's your favorite strain? It doesn't matter to me. You could probably have 300 different strains. I know I got about 6 or 7 really top 5-star strains that are my go-tos. What about you?
It honestly changes. Right now I really like the gassy strains and the skunky strains, but I'm about to go have a Cambo ceremony, so Lord freaking knows what's going to appeal to me after that.
Right. Because there are just, yeah. And I mean, I find the more strains I try, yeah, I have some favorites and I have some go-tos, and I have definitely learned to pattern with me summer, spring, winter, fall patterns, just to let you know, because as you know, I record them all. I'm a poet and didn't know it. You know, I am going into hypnotic state or hypnotic trances when I start rhyming like sentence after sentence. Sorry, I digress. I come back. I try all kinds of different strains, and the girls know, like I'll go over to Northern Helm here at the corner, like over in the plaza around the corner, I should say. Anyway, I'll go over there and it's like, okay, what have you got that's different? What's new? What's, what's on tap? Not everything is good. Not all cannabis is equal. 95% of what the girls recommend, because they know me, is good. But I've gotten the odd one where it's like, ooh, that terp just didn't sit right. Like it might have, there's a new terpene that I have just discovered. I don't know where my books are. There's a terpene in one of the, that has shown up in the three strains I didn't like. So how cool is that?
Oh, that's good to know.
Right?
Yeah.
So now I know to stay away from those strains, or say, hey, well, it sounds cool. What are the terps in that? And not all cannabis LPs, like licensed producers, are identifying the terps yet. So they're not always identified in the cannabis you're consuming. But you can just punch in to your Google program there. Just say, banana monkey kush terpene profile, and whatever the terpenes are, somebody has recorded it. It's there. I mean, we've got this, well, yeah. Over 1,400 strains right here.
Yeah, I've probably had that many, but I probably haven't, well, not even probably, I haven't recorded that many. But I keep forgetting I have the book. I'm not used to having the book, and I'll have 2 or 3 new strains, and it'll be like, oh, fuck. You know?
You want to know how I used to record them? Right here. And you tell I just moved my desk around. Hold on. Okay, right here is, sorry. You know these, what these are, eh?
Yeah.
Calendar day. I used to write down whatever I was trying. Whatever I was smoking, just write it down. That's where the idea came from for the journal. Because it's on the back of this, I would put a smiley face, a sad face, a grumpy face, shock marks, like I was in a lot of pain, just emoticons to identify what kind of a day it was, and started combining them with the strains to say, you know what, every time I smoke a purple, it really helps with the pain.
Nice.
You find what works for you for what, right? And that's a large part of where the idea came from. It started off as a medical journal, which keeps track of a lot more stuff per page, right? But this is the fun little recreational tabletop coffee table. Hey, what have you? Did you really try that peanut butter snickerdoodle? Yeah, man, it was really good. And I think it's cool. I really wanted, it was something way back when I was laid up in the bed and I was using cannabis for pain and life sustaining. It would be so beautiful someday to see cannabis treated like grapes, and how grapes can be turned into wine. And there's so many different varieties of wines with different, elevations of alcohol or fermentation or sugars or this or that or the other thing. To someday see cannabis go that route was a really big deal to me. And I thought back then it was just a pipe dream. But as it turned out, here we are. Cannabis.
Here we are.
Yeah, here in Ontario, cannabis on every corner, especially in the larger, more populated areas. Hello, fluffy kitty cat.
This is my Corey cat. He's been standing here batting at my knee, begging me to pick him up. So here he is.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, Wookie's off somewhere. He's a little upset with me. I haven't been very playful the last few days with him. And he doesn't appreciate that. The lack of playfulness or playtime. So have you been out to your shop at all?
No, sadly, I haven't made it out, in part due to time and in part due to pain, both mental and physical. So But I hope to get out soon. I miss making pens. I miss just going out and just screwing around with stuff and just seeing what I can create.
Well, that's it. And that's the thing with me with the nails. Like, I love it because it's detailed work. It's very focused. I can zone in or zone out. And you probably find the same when you're working with the pen, when you're turning it, it's a feel and a touch, and you get to zone in or zone. Yeah.
I still have a list of things that I need to make for people. And I think once I get them made, I am just going to go to a point where I'm just going to make what moves me. And, if somebody wants to buy it, that's great. But I think I'm done taking orders because for me, it's therapy.
Yeah.
And I want to keep it that way. So
Right?
I make really cool shit when I'm just out there creating for my therapy. So I think I'm just going to go back to doing that. And what sells, and what doesn't is mine.
Very good. Very good. I think that's, and you know what? That's how I do it with when I paint on my canvases and such. I very rarely do I ever hang my own art. Most of the time it ends up in a bin until someday it's around everybody. Hey, I like that. Well, take it, and away she goes. But me with painting with there's our background for tonight. Put her into the lamp, bake her up. But yeah, I can zone out doing nails for myself, like either on myself or on someone else, or even just sitting and playing with building sets like you saw me building here or what have you. And then I feel like it's not going to waste stuff. Do you know?
Yeah.
It's not, but yeah, it really helps it helps de-stress. It also helps to regenerate the mind, to give that clinical, critical part of my brain time to rest while I go into the creative mode.
Yeah.
So let logic recharge and go playing creative for a bit. What kind of
the question for next week's giveaway is, what is your favorite strain? Yep. And what do they need to do with that answer?
Okay, well, they have to send us. I'm just going to go, well, Cindy, you know that. All right, guys, it's easy. Tune into Tokin Talk. We're going to tell you what the catchphrase is this week. It's tell us what your favorite strain is. There's no right or wrong answer. It just lets us know that you're not a robot and that you did pay attention a little bit. Email your name and entry and answer to tntoke@hotmail.com. That's TEANDTOKE@hotmail.com by 7-ish next Sunday evening. So you got until Sunday evening. That way it gives us all of Monday to get the wheel set up, because when we've got lots of stuff on the go, it's not always that easy to get these things out. I was looking for the other thing that seems to be missing, and that's okay. But there's the information there on your screen.
Oh, are you talking about the little video thingy?
I was.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, there we go. Oh, thank you. And now
you're welcome.
It's time. Is it time? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Cool.
There we go.
All right. I'm very tired, lady. I'm very medicated woman. Let's see how that came out of there.
What are we giving away next week?
Oh, do you want to know what we're giving away for next week? So this is really cool. It's the combo set. Since it's Valentine's Day, everything seems to come in two in some way, shape, or form. And as an early release, I will have author's copies of Volume 2. So and they're different books with different strains, different logs. So I will send you Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the Cannabis Consumption Journal. That will allow you to record up to 120 different strains, giving you an idea of how and why and that sort of thing. Like Black Cherry Punch, for example, I've got recorded here. I don't have details there because I recorded it somewhere else from two different providers, and I'll come back to that. But anyway, so this gives you an idea of what's in volume 1. I think on this side, we have a little bit about meditation. On this side, strain of the day is Harlequin, great for meditation, and an opportunity for you to put in your own details. So each book contains 60 logs. Volume 2 is available early pre-release author copies. You can only get them here. I will be sending out volume 1 and volume 2 to this week's lucky winner. Tell me your favorite strain. That's it. How's
awesome.
That?
That's
right.
Exciting.
It is. Very cool.
Very nice. Well, congratulations on the release of your new book.
Thank you. Yes. And the thing is keeping up with the strains. Like you were saying, there's so many new strains to try. I love it. There's, yeah.
Well, we have 120 some odd, 130, 140 LPs, if not more. So there's not even enough room to go and try one strain from each licensed producer across Canada.
Wow. No, that's interesting. That's how many strains there are out there. Now, that being said, though, some LPs will produce same name strains. Be very,
well,
very
that's what
careful.
I mean, right? Like if you go to each, like even if you go to each LP and you just try one of their strains, but you've said on many occasions, they're all different.
Yeah.
Even if it's the same name.
Right. And so, therein lies some of the inquisitiveness. Keep track of these things, and you'll know which ones you like and which you don't. Like I said, I found a terpene that I didn't know disagrees with me. I don't like it. Why can't I remember the name of this stupid terpene? It starts with a V, I believe. Vaseline, Valencine or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter anymore. The point is, it is definitely in a couple of the strains that I did not like that I tried that got 3 or less. This terpene was present. So I thought, hey, that's kind of interesting to know.
That's quite interesting.
Right? Yeah.
Hi, Leona.
Hello. Painting nails, toking and talking. Talking about strains. I'm kind of a little bit bummed out to be out of the Frisian duck. Like that was the last of my Frisian duck. If you
it
guys
was good though.
Yeah. Have you tried it?
No.
Oh, anybody out there, if you can get your hands on a clone, or try it from seed, though I have never had success. That doesn't mean anything. I'm not a great grower. But if you can get your hand on the strain just to give it a try, like a nice little nug or a nice little bud, Frisian duck, really cool sativa. Not super rare, but a little bit rarer. Right?
Nice.
Yeah.
I've got a cat on my lap.
I hear one over there, or though it could have been yours. Did yours meow? Just meow? I know this one here is really talkative.
He only talks when he wants his litter changed or when he wants treats.
This one talks constantly and wants attention even more often than that. And I grew up with farm cats. So dwelling cats, or cats that are like domesticated pets, is still somewhat of a foreign experience for me. Like when I see a cat being friendly, it's like, wow, really?
Oh, look, Leona found that for you.
Valencine, yeah. That's exactly what it was. And for whatever reason, it disagrees with me, or I disagree with it, and don't like the strains that it's found in, or found in higher amounts in. So that's a really cool. Thanks, Leona. Yeah. So again, keeping track of the strains that you try. Hello, Kimberly. Keeping track of the strains that you try is a really brilliant idea if you want to. Hey, if you don't want to waste your money and you are a store buyer or you are somebody who goes to nug swaps, you know what you're looking for, right? Like I know I will say to anybody, any idea what the terps in that, if it's foreign word, like if it's a foreign name, strain name, I don't know. Sky Zone Billy Bluebird strain. What are the terps in that? You got any idea? I mean, if they don't, then they don't. So be it. But if they do, and I know that the Valencine is in there, I won't trade that one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know that why waste my time? I don't like it, and I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that do. It's like
really sorry to hear about your friend Kimberly. I hope that they are okay.
I didn't catch all of that, but she's.
I'm sorry. Here, I'll put it back up for you.
Sorry. Oh, well, that's sorry to hear that your friend is not well, and how kindly of you to spend time with them.
Yes.
You know, this time of year is very difficult for people who suffer chronic pain. And, you know, I was very grateful in the years that I spent struggling and fighting with dis-ease on a daily basis. And I was lucky to have friends around and people who would pop in and kids that would come and sit with me. And there was just, you know, a steady train of people and community and friends that were there to chit chat, and it helps you get through your day, makes you feel like you're still part of each day.
Yeah absolutely. Sure. Absolutely. This is what I am dealing with right now.
Well, I'm on my second coat. And I'm about to start doing some of the actual design painting. So where I'm going to start putting in leaves and mushrooms and mice and shadows and ooh la las and fun, that sort of thing. Finish off this joint, get my palette ready. Anybody else?
Have to get rid of the cat hair?
Yeah.
I think I froze again. Oh, no, there you are. Okay. I froze earlier in recording a show, and I thought I froze again. We should probably spin the wheel here soon.
Are you ready to do that?
For the little,
yeah, let's talk about last week's prize, because I can't remember everything that's in there.
Well, I took a picture because I have it all taped up. So.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Here, let's do this. Let's remove this because I can still show.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
Papers, a chapstick, a lanyard, a
right,
little pipe, a bunch of different things.
Bunch of little treats. It's beauty. That's
all
awesome.
From that smokable calendar that wasn't fully smokable.
Right.
We got a few entries, so we can just click the button, except for I have to switch screens here. I was trying to click the button on that screen. And let's see who wins. That would be Kimberly Edwards.
Kimberly Edwards. Woohoo! Clap, 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 clap. Yay, Kimberly.
We have that sound effect somewhere. Just a second.
We do. I know. I'm looking for it. Sorry, Kimberly. It should have been there just as your name was announced, but it didn't happen that way. I'm not a professional producer by any stretch of the imagination. Can you tell?
Oh, but it's fun.
Oh, it's so much fun. Oh, goodness. Congratulations, Kimberly. So that little care pack's going out to you? Anybody that wants to get entered into this week's contest to win Volume 1 and Volume 2, an early release of Volume 2 of the Cannabis Consumption Journal, part of the Info is Power series from Green Irene, you can send us an email at tntoke, TEANDTOKE at hotmail.com. Send that in by 7:10 p.m. on Sunday evening, so the before Monday, because on Monday night we're going to draw your name, and that gives us all day Monday to get your name onto the wheel and get things set up here at the producer board. So again, tell us what your favorite strain is. Doesn't really matter what your answer is, just that you're not a robot. Cool.
That's right. And Kimberly, if you want to send me a private message with your mailing address to make sure I still have it written down correctly, that would be great. And I'll get this out to you ASAP.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm just getting all of my colors ready on the palette for that wonderful mushroom nail. And again, this is, I'm actually looking very forward to doing this. If I could get it down pat, I'd love to do your nails, because you like to keep them at a nice length, like more of a length like I like. Whereas Ashley, whose nails I like to do as well, she likes to keep hers much shorter, and it's very difficult to do the artwork on a shorter nail. I mean, there's some really cool, artistic, unique things that you can do with the shorter, more sporty nail, for sure, but artwork is not one of them that is easy to do by any stretch of the imagination. And you know, I like to work on the nice, long, elegant. So that is how you win this week. We are giving away Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the Cannabis Consumption Journal. Kimberly Edwards is the lucky winner of last week's prize.
Yes.
I never know how to announce that. Is it like this week's prize giveaway is going to, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's always a little bit the past and current and present.
I'm not sure. But I think everybody understands what we mean that Kimberly is getting this one that I show that I announced last week, but spun the wheel for this week.
Right. Exactly. And there you have it. Okay, what have I got hiding out over here? White and black. That's perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. Is that black? I think it might be black, or it could be glitter. Not sure. We'll find out in a minute. I need my eyeballs. It's crazy. You know what? This aging thing, and you know, where you start losing your eyesight and stuff, start missing the time, start doing the camel look into your camera while you're trying to check something out. That says 57:16, and that means our time is just about up. Thank you.
As she leans in and looks.
Thank you to everybody for tuning in tonight. Please go to canexpo.ca and vote. Here's the information on that, and then our disclaimer. On that note, it was great. Thank you for tuning in tonight. It was great chat with you, Cindy. We'll talk to everybody next week. Ciao for now.
Bye.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own, and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.